Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Malikicowtipper, going to bring you another game of StarCraft 2, and tonight my opponent is Peter. So this is one name I actually will not have problems pronouncing. So, get ready, buckle up, as this is going to be a very intense, nail-biting, just white-knuckle, hardcore, fist-pounding, get you jacked, Zerg versus Zerg. So Peter the Blue Zerg in the upper left-hand corner of not Zelmaga Cavern, Shakuras Plateau, versus me, Malikicowtipper, the red Zerg in the lower right-hand corner of, again, Shakuras Plateau. I almost got that mixed up again. So, cool little trick that I started doing, learn this from StarCraft, is F1, select your drones, just go boom, 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 and then what you can do is you can actually set each drone to their each own individual mineral patch, and it just gives you the ever such a slight boost to your economy early in the game. I really do not know if it even helps too much, but you can feel pro when you do it. It's pretty much awesome because eventually speaking, what will start happening is the drones, they might start bouncing around, trying to look for the right mineral patch, and what this does is it keeps them from bouncing longer as far as that goes, and then if you get it just right, they'll all actually move in a very even, just one up, down, kind of increment. So, checking this out right now, the opponent over here has decided to go for, probably looks like a 10 Overlord, and then get 3 drones right away, versus I, Malikicowtipper, went for the 9 Overlord. And we're going to see who comes out better off as far as the economy goes. And right now it's looking pretty even, both 13 out of 13 food, but I'm the one that has a drone further on, and you just canceled a drone, actually. Ha, there goes your pool. So, his pool is going down just a little bit ahead of mine, and that's okay because I scouted in time, and in return, I got my gas down earlier, which means I can have my speed done just a little bit earlier than he can. So, speed versus, quicker queen. Really tough call, but both builds essentially a 14 pool, or some very close variant of the same thing. As you can see, his pool is down about 10 seconds before mine, but my extractor's finishing, a whole second before his, and actually, I'm delaying his mining time right here. My drone got caught. That's actually not what I wanted, but he has not populated his gas yet, and actually, I don't know what that little move was, pro move there, Peter, and even though Peter's only in a Platinum League, he's actually almost 150 points ahead of me, and I would definitely be over 2,000 right now, but I think I lost 11 games the other night, and well over 100 points in the ladder, so I was definitely not a happy camper about that. I am up ahead 10 on gas, which will give me just, again, a slight bonus when it comes to my speed. Going to the production tab, I'm choosing to get a queen, a drone. He's going 4 lings, overlord, and queen. My overlord already completed, so he's probably supply capped himself. Yeah, he's supply capped for just a little bit of time, but not really a big deal as far as that goes. Going back to the income tab on this game, I am ahead by 2 harvesters, and that's kind of always a deception with, or always a problem with early Zerg games is, do I get these lings, or do I decide to go ahead and get a few extra drones with it? And what I'll usually do is I'll get a few drones first, and then I'm actually, in this point, only building a few lings, and that's just because of the rush distance that we have right here. And now that my queen is out, I know that I'll be able to, once these pop, if I need to, I can quickly reproduce a group of lings if I see a lot of them coming at me. So we have 4 and 4. There's 8 sets of lings coming right here, and actually these 2 lings are going to get taken down. Totally not cool, and they do not even manage to pick off any one of his lings, so definitely a good trade on his part. Now, seeing that, and I also caught these lings coming in, going into a little bit of a panic mode where I'm building 8 units worth of Zerglings. Now, conveniently, I have this hatchery down, and like a pro, I'm going to let him sit here and nail around at this hatchery. And this is actually buying me time. If I cancel this, these lings would already be in my base, but it's giving my Zerglings time to train. But what's actually going to happen here that is totally not pro is I'm going to let this ride so long. If we watch, I did not get the cancel. I was watching that, and I hit escape, and then when I didn't get my minerals back, I felt like such a noob. It was not even funny, but my Zerglings come in just in time, and I'm going to have enough to clean this up, NP, and we look at the resources lost tab. Even though I was able to clean that up and come out pretty good ahead on that battle, because I lost that hatchery, I'm down 300 early game minerals, and that is really not cool. Going back to the harvester tab right now, I am ahead, 4 drones over his 14, and there goes a Banelings nest. So, when I saw that early group of now what's actually kind of sucky about this is he's going to deny my second attempt to scout. Actually, this is going to be my 3rd technical attempt to scout, and I never really get to see what's inside of his base, but seeing all these speedlings, I know he's either going for a really mass speedling build transition into Muta, or he's going to go Bangling. So in my response, my Bangling nest is down, and I'm kind of got a feeling that that's what I'm going to be seeing. It's just kind of what my game sense tells me. But either way, if I'm going to stop Banelings, I need Roaches or Banelings. I decided to go Bangling myself, because if he's going Mass Speedling, Bangling is far better against it than Mass Roach. So I'm sending out one Zergling here just to scout it, and there we go, I see a huge group worth of Banelings coming at me. Now what I'm going to do right here, and this is what you really have to do in ZvZ, is you got to understand how Banelings work. So this guy does 20 damage to normal units and 35 to light. Banelings themselves actually count as just a regular biological unit, so realistically you need 2 Banelings. Looking at a Baneling's explosion damage, if your Bangling is right here in the center of this box, it's about like that. So that means 1 or 2 Banelings, well, 2 Banelings well placed right here could effectively kill all of these Banelings. So I'm sending out 3 Banelings just to be safe, and the idea is try to macro them around. You'll see that, try to macro them around right here, and right into the center, kill all but, 2 of those Banelings, send out a few Zerglings right there, and mop that up, and come out very much on top of that engagement. And what he's actually doing right here is he's sending out single Zerglings to try to bait my Banelings. And what I actually have to be careful of is not to let too many of my actual Zerglings die right here, but to get my Banelings in there. And actually, I let a lot of Zerglings die there, but I've got 3 Banelings on top of this. He'll be needing to morph more, and what he's actually going to try to do right here is just pick out groups of Banelings. And he actually manages to get one, so when you do a one-on-one exchange, it is not mineral, it is not cost-effective, and I'm only morphing a few Banelings right now, because you don't necessarily want to morph more than you need, because otherwise you start getting kind of careless with them, where you start throwing away individual Banelings, or they can start, just macroing off them. Now, looking at this Harvester tab, he has not built any more Harvesters, so this gives me a really big boost on the economy. I'm sending out about half my troops right here, and what I want to do is get this group of Banelings right into his, and right there, very good example of his Bangling detonated, but didn't really do anything to mine. One more Bangling right there to take a large group of Zerglings. Now, with these Banglings, they're all low health, so what I really do not want is that Bangling to get them right there, and that was not a good exchange. And this is kind of what I mean by, like, White Knuckle ZvZ. If you take a look at us, we're both fairly high APM. I'm averaging 90 right now, and it's just really, really intense. And right there, boom, Zerglings melt. And you really want to try to keep your Banglings in a good position. What I'm also doing is keeping 4 Banglings back here. This is to prevent any kind of sneaky, tricky run-by. I really should have them patrol right here. This is something you really want to do if you're going to the ZvZ Bangling build. I send these Zerglings in here because they're fast enough. I know I can get them away from his Banglings, and also bring mine up through the rear. So the idea is that I can hopefully try to bait his troops. All of his Banglings are now down. I've got mine, and I want to try to kill some of his drones right here, and I actually wonder if I managed to get any of those, because he was actually about to overtake me in Harvester count. Let's check that out right there. Will you update? But now that there's Roaches out on the field, 16 I managed to get 2 Harvesters. It's gonna be, now that I saw the Roaches, I can do one of 2 things. I can either commit to Roaches myself, or I can take a look at this and say, okay, he has not produced that many Roaches. I still have a healthy number of Speedlings on the ground. If I can fight these with my Speedlings and the fact that I have my second base up, because there isn't that many Roaches, I should be able to deal with this. And then I can hopefully go and blow the fuck up out of his base. So checking this out, my Zergling run-by sees all of these guys, and I know that they're going towards my base, and he can just brute force past whatever I have here. Banglings right there. 2 Banglings, I probably could have done that with 1 if I was careful. What I'm doing is I'm going to use these Zerglings right here to try to take and fight these Roach groups, or slow them down so I can produce more Zerglings. And what I'm actually going to do is use these Banglings to go into his base, while he is completely focused on what's going on out here. He has 9 Roaches, I have a very small number of Zerglings there in these Banglings, which will prove relatively ineffective against the Roaches. And I just want to go back to that APM tab. I'm well over 100 right now. His is rising again. And just checking this out, what's about to go down. Going back to the production tab, 12 more units worth of Zerglings. Once I have that, I'll have more than enough to clean up these Roaches. But also, checking this out, I'm about to macro in and completely just decimate his mineral line over here. So, splitting my Banglings. I'm going to get a good group of them right there. And I'm going to be able to even hit the queen, kill more than there, and just completely annihilate what happened over there. If we check it out, back over here, back to the income tab, he's down to 9 over 21, and I have enough Zerglings right here. I'm going to run past and try to get my Banglings in there just to do a little bit of splash damage. Every little bit helps. So what I have to prevent him is from brute forcing these Roaches in and killing a lot of my drones, but it's really not going to matter too much at that point. At this point, he's down to 5 Harvesters over my 21, as long as, I do not just get foolish and run in a bunch of Zerglings and lose to 1 or 2 Banelings, it's not going to be that difficult for me to clean this up. So more Zerglings coming out. He has not gotten any gas. Actually, how the hell did he fund those Banelings without getting any gas? When did I blow up his gas? I am very confused right now. At some point in the game, his Vespian Geyser over here blew up. And both of us just running on 1 gas right now. This is a very fast-paced game, not really bent too much on the economy. Running these Zerglings up here, I see 1 Bangling just about to finish, and that Bangling actually gets stuck behind those Zerglings, saves every one of those guys. I'm actually going to pull them out right there, and actually kind of funny, I accidentally clicked my hotkey for my bases, and went back right here, and I was actually clicking on my mini-map, desperately trying to get my Zerglings away so they didn't blow up. But I've got more Banglings morphing back here, I've got my security Bangling and a few, crap, did my mouse just die? Oh, my mouse just died. I guess I'm doing this, finishing this cast up with the trackpad. Kinda gay. So, checking this out over here. Just gonna be a small little contingency of Zerglings coming through, and honestly, it's not going to be anything that I won't be able to clean up just with my backup Zerglings right there. I see this other group coming through here. I'm gonna grab my Banglings, just gonna move them forward. Boom, 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 and they're all melting. Those Zerglings get picked off easy enough up there, and Peter decides that he is going to leave the game. Does not GG. Total BM noob sauce. Oh, I can't believe my mouse just died. I'm happy it died during that cast, and not during a game. So, thank you very much for watching, and main reason for bringing this game up is just to show a different type of ZvZ play, and kind of to give you guys a really in-depth thought on how I'm thinking while I'm playing the game, because I just played this game, and it's a really just good way to look back and see, okay, this is my mindset, and this is how I decided I was going to beat him. And it played out pretty well. It's not like Peter was a bad player, both of us fairly equal, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much. This is Malikicowtipper signing out.